Hi, my name is Diana Vidal, and my presentation is Political Orientation and Trait Anxiety, 2 factors to be considered in misinformation. So for this study, I was interested in exploring how different personality traits and people of different political orientations interpreted misinformation. I was also interested in what information was shared that was true versus false online. With the rise of COVID-19, experts have also seen a rise in misinformation. Individuals who rely on social media tend to feel like they know less about politics and coronavirus. Misinformation is also a topic of interest because the majority of Americans have heard a conspiracy theory that COVID-19 was intentionally planned by powerful individuals, and about 1 in 4 Americans find some truth in this conspiracy. It is also important to note that individuals that report high on trait anxiety are more likely to believe in conspiracy theory, as well as being more concerned with reducing uncertainty than overall correctness. In terms of political orientation, studies have suggested that conservatives tend to have a harder time distinguishing misinformation from facts. Based on previous research, I had a couple of questions that helped shape my project. For my study, participants were randomly assigned into one of 2 conditions, either true or false or the sharing condition. In the true or false condition, participants were asked to rate how accurate they thought an article was. In the sharing condition, participants were asked how likely they were to share an article. All participants also answered questions measuring anxiety, maximization, as well as basic demographic questions. These are the measurement tools I used in my study. As I've mentioned previously, the task depended on what condition the participant was assigned to. On the left, there's an example of the share task where individuals would look at an article, headline, and a picture, and rate how likely they thought they would share this article on their social media. On the right is a similar task, except individuals are asked to rate how true or false they think this article is. In both conditions, participants were asked to rate the articles on a scale from 1 to 5, with 1 being not at all likely and 5 being extremely likely. Both conditions contained articles that were chosen beforehand and were checked for accuracy. In the true or false condition, I found that there was a strong correlation between political orientation and the propensity to believe in an article with false or unverified information. There was also significant findings when comparing very liberal individuals to slightly liberal individuals, very liberal individuals to moderate individuals, and very liberal individuals versus slightly conservative individuals. In the sharing condition, as you can see above, both graphs have individuals sharing less the more conservative they consider themselves. This study found that individuals who considered themselves very liberal did overall better than other participants. These individuals were less likely to believe that an article with misinformation was accurate. Very liberal individuals were also more likely to share an accurate article than individuals that are slightly conservative. They were also more likely to share COVID-19 articles. Overall, liberals, moderates, and conservatives tended to perform similarly. People from all political backgrounds struggled to identify the correct information among the incorrect information. My hypothesis about how trait anxiety would have an effect on how individuals perceive misinformation, it was found that there was actually no correlation found between the 2. This could be due to multiple reasons. Maybe everyday articles are not high stakes enough for individuals. An interesting finding from the study was that individuals who struggled with making decisions were more likely to be able to identify accurate articles. This is interesting because previous research has portrayed decision difficulty in a negative light. More studies need to be conducted in order to examine how decision difficulty among individuals affects their interpretation of misinformation. Despite popular belief, there was no difference between individuals who spent more time on social media and individuals who spent significantly less time on social media did not differ on their ability to identify misinformation. If this study were to be replicated, the researchers should take more care in having a sample size that is more representative of the United States general population. As you saw in my study, there was not a lot of individuals who identified as slightly conservative, and there was no, or at least only 1 individual who identified as very conservative. Another limitation with this study is that it's purely online, so there's a possibility that some individuals might have used the internet to look up whether the articles were true or not. If the study were to be conducted again, researchers should consider offering these surveys in person. In addition, participants should be asked to complete a political orientation survey in order to better capture people's political orientation. These are my references. Thank you for listening to my presentation.